The Wire is set in Baltimore in the 2000s, and it looks at the effects of the drug war, of mass incarceration, of changing economic climate with neoliberalism, with post-industrial capitalism.
Over the 5 seasons, the show was praised by the general public, by practitioners, by academics for its really gritty depiction of a range of criminological themes. So you've got drugs, you've got crime, you've got policing, justice, race, poverty. All of these things are meshed together in the city of Baltimore to try and show the complex interactions of all these social issues and social problems. It enables you to explore these ideas in a way that is also engaging.
I'm going to schedule sentencing for the 3rd week of next month. Anything else today?
Your Honor, my client, having preserved the necessary grounds for appeal in the record, wishes me to state unequivocally that regardless of this jury's verdict, he is the victim of wholesale perjury on the part of the state's key witness.
Byrd has been convicted on the false testimony of Omar for killing a civilian state's witness. In the UK, the US, and elsewhere, there are just too many cases and too few people working in the justice system. And so you have people who are guilty going free, but you also have people who are innocent getting convicted.
Unless the pre-sentence report indicates that he is in fact the Messiah come again, he will very likely be sentenced to life, no parole, by a Baltimore judge who for once in his life gets to leave his office feeling that his job actually matters.
Judge Phelan is really expressing that for once in a blue moon, he's actually able to feel like he's had an impact. People feel overworked. People feel like their jobs are futile. People feel like they don't make a difference.
I had that kid in my sights, close enough to take off his Kango and half his dome with it. Couldn't squeeze the trigger. Couldn't do it, man.
All right. So you done soldiering, but you ain't done. Could use you for what you got in your head. We're gonna put you on a corner. You could be inside.
Oh, man. I ain't making myself clear. The game ain't in me no more. None of it.
So in this scene, we've got Dennis Cutty Wise, and he enters the Wire in season 3 upon his release from, I think it's a 14-year prison sentence. And in the Wire, he's a legendary enforcer in the drug trade, and that's ultimately what he got convicted for. But what I love about this character and his arc throughout the seasons that he appears in The Wire is the representation of desistance and reformation in many senses.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, I think this clip really gets us thinking about what is the purpose of prison? Is the purpose of prison for rehabilitation, or is it just to punish? If he's going to try and get a job, you know, they're going to ask him on his job application whether he's convicted of a crime.
This drug thing, this ain't police work. No, it ain't. I mean, I can send any fool with a badge and a gun up on them corners and jack a crew and grab vials. But policing, I mean, you call summer war. And pretty soon, everybody gonna be running around acting like warriors.
Major Colvin is my favorite character in The Wire, and I use this scene so often in the drugs module and the policing modules that I teach, because really it says so much about what policing is about, what the police officer's role is in society, and it really touches into some of the negative impacts of the war on drugs.
Soldiering and policing, they ain't the same thing. And before we went and took the wrong turn and started up with these war games, the cop walked a beat.
This clip really speaks to this tension between the warrior model of policing and the guardian model of policing. Are police there to act like soldiers and occupy communities, or are they there to be guardians of the communities and work in tandem with communities to help solve problems collectively?
What Major Colvin's doing and what he's talking about here and is portrayed in season 3 of The Wire is trying something different in relation to policing drug problems, and he sets up some free zones in some of the derelict areas of his district. What you see is that crime goes down in the neighboring districts. You see that violence goes down. You also find that because police are now freeing up their resources, so they're able to go and serve the communities. So public satisfaction is up.
You follow this?
I think so.
One of the fantastic things at the moment in my area is we are starting to see innovation in the policing of drugs. I wouldn't say that the officers have taken a leaf out of Major Colvin's book, but they are starting to do things that are different. They're starting to think about the complexity of drug problems and think about how best can we deal with these to safeguard the community and help those people that need help with their drug problems.